Welcome back. Kickback. Welcome back, Kickback Crew, to another podcast episode. Today we have a very amazing special guest. We brought her back for this episode, Amy. Let's clap it up for Amy.
Oh, sorry.
Remember the last time we did that? You were fucking nervous. You stuttered.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
She looked nervous right now. She's like,
Oh, it's because I clapped and I was like, oh, wait, it's me.
Welcome back, Amy. Thank you for coming back to the podcast.
Thank
I
you
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. Of course. There's been a lot of things going on since the last time you've been on the show. We have a lot to catch up.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say is I'm surprised you're not blind.
Yeah. I know. You zoom in right here.
why is it black?
Yeah.
Why is it black?
Why is it dark?
There's
Why
like
is it
one
dark?
side
It's
right
like-
here that's like black.
Oh my
Yeah, the
gosh.
2 black dots.
Ugh, that looks
Yeah.
so
It's
scary.
so I know where to put it.
Put what?
The 2 black dots?
Yeah.
Like I have to position it a certain way so I can see right. So if it's on the other side,
Position what?
the contact lens.
Oh.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about I thought you were like putting something because you said you were almost went blind because you went to Mexico for your eye surgery.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the. Well, yeah.
Really, I'm talking about the lines. Yeah,
talking
like
about-
they look like black lines.
It's
It's a contact lens.
Oh,
I'm dumb.
okay. No,
But,
yeah, one thing I wanted to ask you is like, how, can you see?
Yeah, I could see with it on. It's still a little bit blurry.
Wait, so it's one contact lens.
Yeah, just one, and it's
Okay,
basically glass. It's plastic, but it's hard. Like you can't fold it, nothing. And it's a deep cup, and you have to put solution in it, and then put it on like this. So there's like water or like solution in between your eye and the contact. It's called a scleral.
So
lens.
without it, what is? It's just blurry as fuck without the lens.
It's not blurry. I see multiple of everything, and they're like 6 of everything, and it's in a circle. So I see distorted.
What
Because
the
there's
fuck?
there's scarring over my eye that distorts my
probably my
vision.
So for people who don't know what you're talking about, let's explain what happened. Because you
All
went
right,
to
guys.
Mexico for like
My eyes
for
are fucked
2
up
weeks
right
and it ended up being 3 months.
Yeah. So last year I wanted to get LASIK in Mexico. I can already hear the comments. Yeah. Well, I didn't do my research properly.
Why'd you go to Mexico?
It's cheaper.
It's not even the fact that it was cheaper. I was told that there's a really good hospital out there that specializes in eyes and stuff.
Okay.
And so this was something that I had been planning for like the past, prior to the surgery, past 3 years. So I go out there, everything's good. I did do my research on how to do the surgery. So I, let the doctors know, hey, I need to be sedated or something, but I also need like a placa or something to hold my eye still because I have a condition called nystagmus, where I don't know if you've ever seen albino people where like their eyes shake.
Yeah.
I have that, but it's very faint. You can't see it unless you look under a microscope.
What?
Yeah,
Cool.
so
That's actually pretty cool.
yeah, I mean I don't notice it, but for LASIK, like you can't just have regular LASIK because your eyes are moving.
Yeah.
So I was awake during the surgery. They only cut part of your eye, and they're supposed to move the flap like that. And I told them I can't focus on the red light. Like my eye keeps bouncing. And the doctor was like, "You're gonna be fine, Amy." And so when they cut it, my eye moved, and it cut the whole thing off, and it cut it too thin. So throughout the month, it kept wrinkling up, and I had to do surgery again to flatten it out.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, and even though
It hurt when it did that?
yeah, it hurt.
Like badly?
Yeah.
Did you scream?
No.
Or was it more like type of thing?
I was just like, because your eye is numb. It was just like, I don't know. Like, it stunned me, But the pain is kind of weird because it didn't hurt my eye. It was numbed. They put the numbing drops, but you could feel it all right here. Like, all the tension, I could feel it in my brain. It just felt like someone was going into my socket and just grabbing my muscles and like pressing it.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Sounds like some Final Destination.
That's what
shit.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
It sounded
sounds
like
like
that
that
one scene where the laser was coming
From Final
through your
Destination
eye.
5, I think it was.
Yeah, you ever seen that scene?
No.
Okay,
No?
good thing you didn't
Yeah,
see it, bro. That shit
it's
was scary.
it sounds exactly like that.
I don't like the Final Destination movies because they scare me.
I believe it. You're not gonna watch the new one then?
Oh no,
No.
because
They
it's
scare
like
you?
real life stuff that can happen. I'm already like a paranoid person as it is. I could not watch stuff like that. And then like I know that there's one scene with like an airplane, and I just saw a clip of it, and I was like, bro, I got a freaking flight to catch, and I just watched this. I can't.
I think if you were to watch that Final Destination scene of that eye one, you would not.
You would have never done that.
Yeah, you would have never done that. I would have never done that.
That's crazy.
Eye shit.
So then it messed up your eye.
Yeah, they messed up my eye. I found a new doctor out there, really good, and she was like, basically, she was like, they're idiots. I can't believe they didn't sedate you. Like, you're supposed to be asleep. Like, someone with my condition needs to be asleep for the procedure, needs the proper tools, and they didn't do any of that. They treated me like I was a regular patient, which since the beginning, I had told them, hey, this isn't a regular case. My doctor, that's another reason why I went out there. My doctor out here didn't want to recommend me to a LASIK place. And I was like, come on, dude. Like, I know it can be done. I did my research on it. She was like, I don't want to chance it. And so they wouldn't do the
kind of right, you know.
I mean, yeah.
He was kind of right, bro. Like,
she was right, but at the same time, I just needed to do more research. So if you're gonna get any kind of procedure done, I say do your research to the max on the place. Look at reviews, the techniques.
ChatGPT,
ask a lot of questions too.
So you paid for that procedure?
Yeah.
Did you have to pay for it after they fucked it up, or did you did you want to sue? You didn't sue or anything?
I'm actually going through the process right now.
Oh, so you can't talk about it.
I can talk about it. It's Mexico.
It's like, I ain't gonna do much.
So you're
I'm
gonna
suing them. Yeah,
I would too. Like, dude, you fucked up my eye. So is it
Yeah.
like permanently damaged, or is it just like
So it's
fixable?
Like, it's kind of hard to tell right now because it's still soon. Even though it's been a year, it's still soon. So there's scarring on there, and it's like a keloid. You know what a keloid scar is?
No.
It's like those scars that like bubble up, basically.
Oh,
And they're like really thick scars, you know?
yeah, I know what you mean.
So I have a keloid scar on my eye. And
Dude, this is gross.
with time, like, you know, scars smooth out with time. So it might take a couple of years, but every couple of months,
Years?
it might take a couple of years for it to smooth out to the point where there's a different procedure that
You gotta go to another person.
but this one's just a laser that just literally goes and smooths out your eye. So it's like a buffer, you know?
Oh, okay.
And I would
Ask
be asleep.
Mr. Beast. Maybe he might help you out.
Just there, literally.
I think he'll just give me some
it
chocolate.
was just one eye, right? It was just one eye. Or was
Yeah,
both
that they
eyes?
met. I got both eyes done. And it's sad too because this eye I'm partially blind in since I was born. It never fully developed. So I can't see with this eye. Like I have a blind spot, almost like, you know, how you have to look over your shoulder when you're driving. That's this eye right here. So they messed up my good eye.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So not both your eyes are.
Now I got two bad eyes. Yeah.
So what
Both your eyes
I'm
are
hearing
fucked.
is
Yeah.
you can't drive. You can't be driving.
Yeah. Well, now I can with the contact lens, but
okay.
I drove here.
We gotta make sure you get back home safe, bro. We gotta make sure you get back home safe.
Wait, so
She's blind, Efren. She's blind, bro. That's what it is.
yeah, your right eye, your left
My
eye,
left eye.
is the one they messed up.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't imagine that. My eyes are so fucking sensitive. I would never do anything like that.
I don't recommend
don't
LASIK to anyone.
I don't like anybody getting near my eyes. Like if my mom would pop my pimples, and she would like
I can't even
get
do eye
near
drops.
my eye, dude. I can't do eye drops,
drops.
nothing, dude. My eyes are so sensitive. Like I
have to
can't
now.
do that.
I was gonna tell you, what if like someone punches you in that eye? Was it gonna get more damage or something like that, or you fucking hit your eye on accident? Is it like sensitive like that, or is it like?
No, it's
What a
just it just
question.
feels like a regular eye now. You know,
okay.
it doesn't. I don't have any pain, discomfort.
So if
but
somebody
with the
punched you in the
lens,
eye, are you getting damaged? That's what basically said.
mentally,
Okay.
probably. Like, if
It's probably gonna mess me up.
but no, you know what? I think about that. I was actually thinking about that on the way over here. I was driving and I was like, damn. And I think about it like once a day. I think about it like, damn, if I did this and I hit my eye while the contact is in there, is it gonna like slice my eye or something? Like, what's gonna
It's
happen?
glass, right? You said.
Yeah, it's plastic, but it's really hard. It's almost like glass. You can't fold it. You know? Gosh. Dude, I'll take that shit out right now.
I'm gonna start calling you Jeff.
I don't want that.
Look, I brought this because I have to be more mindful. Like if something does happen, I have to take it out, you know, whatever. But
I'm scared.
Bro, she got a whole ass kit.
I have a
my
kit
God.
that I have to use. So I have to put, and there's another solution that I didn't bring because it's a bigger bottle. But with the other solution, you know, you use it to put in here. you wash out the contact lens, and then you open this one. This one's a gel. You put 3 drops of the gel, and then this one you fill it up to the brim where it's overflowing, and then you put it on with this blue one. Like that's how you put it on, and then to take it out, you have to use this little tiny little plunger, and you just stick it, and you can't take it out with your hands.
Amy, just wear glasses, bro. At this point,
I can if it were just blurry vision, I could, but
It's not just blurry vision.
no, it's distorted vision. But you know what? I can wear glasses now, just for like at home, but for driving, no.
wow. You know Jeff, right? Jeff Wittick.
Yeah.
With the incident of his
Yeah.
eye, the way he explained his eye was, he says he sees, like, say this eye is good, but the other eye he sees 3 things.
Yeah.
That's how he sees.
That's kind of
And
how
I think
I
it's
see.
top, like it's the top. That's how he sees. I was like, damn, what the fuck? That's the way he described it. He was like, say you're watching a TV and you're watching 3 TVs.
Yeah. That's
that's
how
how
I
he
see.
sees.
I
But
can't imagine.
instead of like this, it's like this in like a circle almost.
Yeah.
Lights at nighttime or like fireworks and stuff. It'll look like, instead of like, a spark of a light, every single light has a shape of kind of like this, where it's kind of like a oval.
What's that? What's that word?
It looks like a blob, but it's crooked. So like this is where the light is, but because there's so many, they all connect together, and it's like that. I can't even tell which one the real
Does it look
one
cool?
is.
There's
Who's the imposter? No,
Does it look cool?
no, it's like those.
Does it look beautiful?
No,
Oh.
it did at first.
You're like, wow.
What's that? There's an effect. It's called like it starts with the K and it ends with micro. I forgot what's it called.
What?
Watch. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Let's
You know
skip
those
this,
Christmas glasses that you put them on for Christmas, and you look at the lights on the Christmas tree, and they're all different shapes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's a word for
like
it.
that. That's how my eye is.
I feel bad. I feel bad now.
Yeah, I'll never be able to see the stars the same again.
Don't tell me that, bro.
What about like Christmas lights and all that?
Yeah, because even with the contact lens in, I still see like that faintly. So I can't. I
me see-
can't
let me
see
put
it
it on.
clear. I'll let you.
Okay. I can't get near my eyes. I don't know how I'm gonna do it if I need contact lenses or something. Fuck no, I can't do that shit.
It's really. I got really used to it now, but at first it was like cold water in my eye all the time. Now it just feels normal.
My God, I feel bad for you, Amy.
I can't.
You know
I'll
what?
probably
I will
later.
say
Do
this.
later.
I will say this. I was very depressed last year. Like I had never experienced depression like that. And I'm a big believer in God. I remember crying to my mom after one of my doctor's appointments, and I told her, is God even real? Because literally the week before the surgery, we went to the Basilica. I offered something. I was like, okay, I just want this surgery to go well. I prayed to God, La Virgencita, and and I felt like God had failed me, And so I got really sad and depressed, and I was like, is God even real? Because he didn't hear me, But then that same day, I had 2 different friends reach out to me randomly. One of them called me and was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, why? Well, because I don't know. I just had a feeling like I should call you. And I was like, oh. And then I just started crying on the phone. And then a friend later on was like, hey, man, you want to come with me to go do a photo shoot? Because he's a photographer. You want to come with me? We'll go, we'll hang out and eat after. All right, cool. So I go, and I remember like the place he took me to was someone's house, but it was in Valley Center. So it was like beautiful scenery and stuff. And the people that lived there were like, let me take you to this view that you see like the whole city. And it just looks like something out of a movie. So we go, and they started going down. Like they were like, oh, we're going to go down the trail. I was like, I'll stay up here because I'm going to eat crap, So I'll stay here because I can't see anything. And it was before I had the lens too. So I remember standing up, and like it's literally just a mountain and everything around you is beautiful. And I remember looking around, and I just started sobbing, and I was like, how can I not believe in God with like all of this? Like this is God's way of telling me like you're going to be okay. Like even though I couldn't see, it felt like for the first time in months I saw crystal clear, and I saw the scenery for what it was. Like it was just beautiful. And I cried and I was like, sorry, God, I know I didn't believe in you for like 2 hours, but
2 hours? He's
That's
like,
beautiful.
really, bro?
That's
I'm really wrong. Yeah. But, and then there's good things that happen. Like my family in Mexico, we're like homies now, you know, because I spent 3 months or 2.5 months out
Yeah,
there.
it's good, yeah.
Yeah. And I wasn't close with them like that. And now we have like this incredible bond. I got to experience a lot of things, and I think I was living a super fast life too, like traveling, just spending my money and stuff. And when I got back, like I really slowed down. I was like, okay, maybe this was like a sign to like be more responsible and stuff.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Like that's what's strange about like when you look at it in its perspective in the perspective of God works in mysterious ways. Like you don't think of that stuff if you weren't going through that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Like sometimes God just has to test you, like testing your faith and stuff.
like you wouldn't think of maybe I need to slow down if you weren't going through that. You know, maybe like if you were just going through like you would go to Mexico, procedure went good, and you come back. You know,
Then
and you
what?
keep going, you keep living your like the life that you were living before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like you never know. Like I never thought of it like that before. Like maybe like
things
maybe
happen for a reason.
maybe something might happen to me in the future where I look back at myself today of like back then I'm like maybe I should have changed this way. Maybe I should have done that. That's what God wants you to do.
That's what the phrase comes in. Like God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. So I think this goes to show like for our audience and for us, like just don't let something happen to you for you to look back, you know. Look back now so that you won't have to go through that.
Yeah. And then also, whatever you're going through, whatever happens,
George, for everybody who just saw George's got here. Go ahead.
whatever happens, you can find the bright side of things. Like there can be something taken from it. Like, you know, since then I've been in therapy because like I got PTSD from the situation, but also I was also living a fast life because I was having a whole crisis and really trying to discover myself, and I wanted to change my appearance and everything, you know, because I was not fully happy, you know. So when I was in therapy, I remember she asked me like, okay, I want you to think about, let's just say A, B, and C, and think about like the good things that happened. I was like, okay, well, you know, and they're like different traumas, right? It's like, okay, well, with A, I had, you know, this experience I could take from it. B, this, and then with C, nothing. Like nothing. I just I regret putting myself in that situation. And then I remember like I've only cried one time in therapy, and I think it was the time after that, or a different, you know, time with her, that she said, you know what? I just found out what the good thing is. And she told me, she was like, what about this? You would have never known this about yourself if that didn't happen. And I was like, and I remember sobbing. And that's the only time I've ever cried in therapy. Cause she usually tells me, she's like, Amy, why'd you say it like that? I'm like what? She goes, Amy, you're talking about this experience you just lived like if it's a regular Tuesday. I'm like, Jody, it is a regular Tuesday for me.
Yeah.
I'm Mexican. Like this happens all the time, you know?
It's normal.
It's normal.
I got hit by a car. So
Yeah.
I'll get up, you know.
Bro, like my mom, you know, she beat the shit out of me. It's normal.
Like stop
So-
being
wait.
sad.
yeah.
So you didn't get beat up when you were sad? That's weird.
So you mean to tell me you weren't hit with a broom? Like,
So you mean to tell me depression is a real thing? My
Yeah.
mom just told me it was bullshit and she hit me.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
My mom told me not to go in the sun. I'm just
My
kidding.
mom told me that when I'm depressed to work, so I've been working every day.
Oh.
Oh man, he made it, bro.
George, welcome to the
What are you guys
podcast.
talking about? What,
So
what
George
you
is
guys-
back. Everybody's clap it up for George. He's back.
And
He was-
barefoot.
He was at a very important game. He was on the line of winning $6,000.
Yep.
Did you win?
I won. I got to continue though.
Oh, bro. So he
When do you want to win a 6,000?
At the end of the tournament,
When's in the tournament?
I think like in 4 weeks.
Can I go when you win?
Yeah.
And then if you lose, I'm gonna have to make
Stop
fun of
me
you
out.
forever, bro.
Well, to catch you up, Amy was going blind for a while. She had eye surgery.
Bro, I was the scariest.
Dude,
Yeah.
the
I
way
was
she
like,
was,
there's no way she went to somewhere and they messed it up. No, they like it fell. I was like, no.
Yeah,
way.
it fell. Like they literally, dude. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. So when they cut off that part of my eye and they completely slice it off, which they weren't supposed to, I just hear the doctor and like there was two nurses, like a male and a female, and they're like, "¿En dónde está? ¿En dónde está?" And then I was like,
Pick it up.
And so I was like, ¿qué está pasando? And then they're like, oh, es que si te cortamos el flap completamente y no lo podemos encontrar. And I was like, what? Bro, oh my gosh. And then they're like, oh no, we found it. And then they're like, okay, yeah, we got it on. We can still proceed with the surgery.
They're like, we found it. Just
Get the wipey. Let's clean it.
I stepped on it a little.
yeah, it's like a little dirty. It's a little dirty.
Tiene pelos, pero sí le podemos a poner.
I'm sorry.
Bad. It was, no, it's funny.
It's trauma for her.
Me and my family, since the surgery even happened, I would make jokes all the time. Like, you know how that phrase, like they say, ¿cómo ves? And so like my tía in Mexico would be like, ay, mija, y no, fui a la tienda y ¿cómo ves? And I'm like, pues no veo bien.
Pues
I'm over
en
here
este
like a
ojo
fucking-
no mucho.
Yeah.
It's funny to look back at it and just laugh, you know?
Yeah.
Because at the moment, it was scary.
I was laughing in that moment too, though. Like I
Bro,
was
like-
trying to laugh.
For your viewers,
Yeah.
or your viewers and everyone, it was like you went to, or was it TJ?
Oh, sorry.
Or you went to Mexico?
I went to Mexico
And the
City.
reason why you did it is because they told you that they were able to do it, no? That they were
Yeah.
good at it?
Yeah. I was told that the hospital over there was really good. And my doctor here didn't want to refer me to a
They said it was
surgeon.
too risky, no?
Yeah.
Because your eye was like twitching.
Yeah.
was
I got
twitching.
nystagmus. It's called nystagmus.
See, George knows.
Yeah,
bro.
George.
Hey,
knows.
George.
Dude.
George doing research.
Yeah.
George didn't need to be here. He knew. Yeah, but then she was very depressed after.
Yeah. Yeah. After that. Well, it's
He
like.
said, "Oh well." George said, "Wow, wow."
Wow.
Well, let's give you 5 big booms for that. You know.
Boom! 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 Boom!
You committed all the way, and you look kind of goofy for that, and it's kind of stupid. But
Let
we're
me tell
gonna
you
let
something
you.
about what I lost.
Okay.
All right.
My virginity.
No, so this one time,
Tell the Batman joke.
huh?
The Batman joke. That's funny. Tell that one.
The Batman joke.
Yeah.
El
His
niño,
underwear?
el niño
Yeah.
se llama Batman.
Uh-huh.
You know why his name's Batman?
Why?
I have a homie named Batman because he lost two of his parents.
No.
So sad, bro.
Se llama Batman porque le mataron a sus padres a la verga.
That's why his name's Batman.
So you call your friend Batman? This is an actual person.
No, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Oh my gosh,
It's a
dude.
joke for his stand-up. He wanted to do.
No, it's not
Okay.
a joke from Santa. One of the homies made a post out of that. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, when I lost, I remember one time I lost. I was very depressed, like you, dude, because I had lost my ham sandwich, dude, and it was somewhere around school. Someone took my shit, bro. They lost my shit though, and I remember I was very depressed about that.
Amy's like, I don't want to be here no more.
No, yeah. Keep relating to my story.
I'm trying to relate to you, bro.
No, that's I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love the understanding.
You know
That
The
ham
under-
sandwich.
No, for me, for real. One time,
The flap on my eye was
up.
my ham sandwich. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, George. For you, what?
one time I had a turtle. I had a turtle, and I was like, he was always in his like little what's that thing that they had, the tank?
Tank, yeah.
Yeah.
He was always in his tank, and I was like, one time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put him in my front yard. You know, the grass was long. I put him in his front yard,
Lost him.
and
No
then I
fucking
went
way you
inside
lost
to get my sandwich. I literally went inside to get my sandwich, and when I came out, he was gone. Like I couldn't find him.
him. Oh, you lost a turtle, bro. They move like
Slow as hell, huh?
fuck.
They don't though. Like not really.
They actually move pretty fast.
Yeah.
Have you seen how they run? That's
mean,
pretty
he beat the
fucking
bunny.
scary,
He
bro.
fucking
Run. He beat the bunny in the race.
He did. He did.
I'm seeing your eye, Amy, and like you have like a little thing in it, huh?
Yeah, it's a contact lens,
Crazy.
but it's like glass almost.
Yeah, we
You look
already
like
talked
the
about
you
it.
look like the robot from
Yeah, my mom
Robot
calls me a
chicken?
cyborg.
Yeah, you look like she's scanning the room right now.
They look like the robot
That's what
chicken.
my mom calls me cyborg. I
Cyclops.
say like, oh, let me
trying
go put on my monocle, my Monopoly monocle.
We didn't bring Amy here to make fun of her. All right, we here. We,
Do it. Okay, we're gonna give you. I'm gonna put a timer for 1 minute. You guys can tell me all the jokes you can.
Okay.
Get it out of your system.
I can't.
I can't.
I got you, I got
I
you.
gotta get it out, bro.
I got you.
One.
I would go off each other.
1, 2, 3.
Go ahead, Effer. You go first.
Amy, I bet you got really good vision, like bullseye, because that's what your eyes
About
look like.
anything?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, no, not everything. Anything. She's like my eye.
You just look like a robot cop.
You look like RoboCop.
You look like the cop that was chasing Terminator. For real.
Watch out before Amy
Right.
hits you with her laser eye.
All right.
I think.
Any more?
Never mind. That's too far.
No, say it
Amy,
with your whole chest.
Amy, you look like a chameleon.
A chameleon.
No.
Go, keep going.
Nothing.
Man.
I will feel bad. Look, crickets are out here.
Oh shit!
Yo, the crickets are like, yeah, that shit was whack. Yo.
All right, should I stop the? You
Amy,
got 14 seconds left.
Amy, no, that's a wrong joke.
Now that you can see better, you better be choosing the right man.
I know, bro.
That was the issue.
There's no
Fast.
excuses now.
Okay.
See better. I hope you
fast.
can see your bright future ahead of you. You know.
Amy, do you have vision?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, that was good. Okay.
All right. That's enough. That's enough of that.
We have some good ones. Like, do you see my point? Like, someone's like, "You see where I'm coming from?" I'm like, not really, you know. or like a lot of people are like, "Oh, look," and I'm like, I can't see that far. And they're like, oh, my bad.
All right, look at this. Look at this.
Look at what?
All right.
Look at what?
Exactly.
I guess we're in the same boots.
Huh?
Why do you guys both decide to wear boots?
I don't know.
Hey, he's low-key stealing your style, G.
Angel is.
No, I'm not. I've been
Adrian.
dressing like this.
He's growing the mullet. He putting the hat on. He putting the hoodie on. He wearing cargos and boots.
For the longest, we would tell Angel, like, Angel, you're wearing the same fit for every video. He's like, lucky yeah.
But he's wearing the same black shirt, bro.
Yeah, I was. Anyways, moving on from my style. Amy, I know you do this series. I don't know if you still do it. Is where you rate people's DMs, the guys' DMs.
Wow, I heard perfectly wrong.
I heard it wrong.
I heard the
I
wrong
said
word.
Rate, not the other word. Amy was like, "What?"
Rate people's DMs?
Yeah, you rate people's DMs.
Yeah. I do it occasionally.
What's the weirdest one you got that you couldn't put on the video?
Weirdest one and the best one you've ever received.
I know
The best one. There's really good ones. Honestly, like there's people that say some Shakespearean shit to me, and I'm like, that's nice, you know.
Nice.
But or like funny ones, you know, like I don't know. There was one time that I posted like I don't know what it was, but it was like a miniature something, like miniature tapatio bottle or something, and I was like, look at this tiny little bottle. I got so many DMs saying, bro, that's average size. Like, but the worst one that I got was definitely I can't say on here.
Really?
Oh, I have like it was just very sexual. Very. I was like, yo, who
You can
thinks
say it
of
on
that?
here, or you don't want to say it.
I mean, I could go find it and
You could say it and then just bleep it.
Yeah, I say it.
All right, it was like, damn, baby, I wanna like.
She's like, I'm uncomfortable, guys.
I'm uncomfortable saying it.
I'm like, I don't know. It was something like. It was just a long thing of what they wanted to do to me.
Wow.
And I was
Ready
just
to bleep
like,
that out?
I'm gonna have to bleep that out. That's
Ready to bleep
crazy.
that out.
That's crazy.
That's gonna be a crazy bleep.
it should be like, beep, 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 beep.
It's like
Yeah.
a 50 Shades type of shit right there.
But
That's not even 50 shades. That's
No, it
50
was like-
disturbing. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
I was like-
do you think that works for some women out there?
No.
There has to be at least one.
Nah.
Okay, there's gotta be
I don't think
maybe like really insecure people who I know that they mistaken like lust for like, oh my gosh, they like me, you know?
Yeah.
You know what it is,
Which is
bro?
sad.
You know what it is? They spend too much time on the internet.
Yeah.
They think that's reality. What they watch on porn, they think that's reality.
Yeah.
They think that's how it's gonna work for them.
It's really sad.
It is sad.
Has there been any like DMs that actually got your attention?
Yeah, recently the freaking people
No,
have been
like in a
DMing.
good way. Like, ooh, I kind of like this one. Let me hit him back up.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
I have a rule, like I'll never
Data support?
pass data support. Like someone not even data supporter. It's like someone in my DMs is gonna be in someone else's DMs. I can't take them seriously.
So you would like prefer them to speak to you like in person?
Yeah, if I meet someone organically and it's like, okay, like yeah, you know?
Makes sense.
What if someone sent you like a funny like video of them doing something to themselves? Like for example, there was a artist, I don't know who it was, They posted on World Star, right? I think you guys seen it. Where this guy sent her a video of him giving himself a wedgie, like he was hanging and he was giving himself a wedgie, and like he was just like dangling, like going in a circle. And,
Okay.
and yeah, and then she posted, she like sent like a laughing emoji, and she posted like, "No way, this is in my DM. Some guy giving himself a wedgie." So that shit was so funny. Would you like want something like that? That'd be funny.
Okay, like stuff like that, or supporters that are like, "Oh my gosh, I love your content," blah blah blah. Being genuine, I respond to those ones, you know. But if I saw if someone sent me a video of them
Wedgie.
giving themselves like a fucking helicopter wedgie, you know,
That's crazy.
I would laugh at it. I'd probably respond. I wouldn't date them.
No, fuck no.
No.
It reminds me of when like Patrick was beating himself up. And he was getting fucking. He's like, wait, no, and he's like, he gets fucking kicked out. Bro, that's just so funny.
That's funny, dude. I remember our friend Celeste. She told us that she got a DM some guy rapping to her. It was a shitty rap too.
Oh.
I think we heard the fucking voice too. He was like on the guitar and he was just rapping.
Wait, he was rapping on a guitar?
Yeah.
Or was he singing?
I
He
feel
was
like
rapping.
on Amy's like lives, they be going crazy.
Dude, I was gonna
bro.
say that, dude.
You
You're
guys see
like,
that?
dude, I love the way you troll. That's so fucking funny. He's like more back, and she like showed her back. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
They're
That
like,
shit was funny.
I mean, like 360. They're like basically like trying to get at you through the comments. I'm like, no way.
There was a whole Reddit page at some point,
Yeah,
and they were just posting snippets of my lives. Like if I would walk to the fridge and stuff, like, I got a full body, whatever. And then they would talk, like say some crazy shit. And I called it out on my TikTok, and I don't think it doesn't exist anymore. Like they got embarrassed.
Oh shit!
They're like, she just covered us, guys.
They found us. They found us.
Abort.
That's funny. I remember when we did the Crazy Gorilla video together.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about Fee Finder. And I remember you looked yourself up and your God bless you went on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I guess on Fee Finder, if you look up your name, your feet are going to be on there.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they'll screenshot your feet from a video or something and they post it. And those person that posts it makes money off of it.
Did you find yourself?
No. These puppies, they're not for free, okay? I do not put them in any videos, nothing. Or not for, they're priceless, okay? I want to clarify, I do not sell feet pics. Like
I would want to.
You never sold nothing.
no.
Because bro, we've had someone in the past. They used to like that girl. She used to sell feet pics. There's some girl. I can't
yeah.
say.
Oh, yeah,
She used to sell feet pics, and other girls used to sell like a bunch of their clothes. I was like, no way! Like these girls are making bank off doing
This
that.
guy. Remember? You can bleep this out.
Yeah.
So this guy, he wasn't gay, he's straight, but a guy was always texting him. A gay dude was always texting him saying like, oh, like you're very handsome, stuff like that, and be like, oh, let me send you like $100 for your meal today. Let me send you this. Let me send you that, and they'll take it. And then for the first time, like the guy actually wanted something back from, or yeah, bleep that shit out. I'm sorry, from the guy. And what he wanted was, he was like, can you like give me your underwear? Can you send me your underwear? And he's like, but I'll send you money for it. And he didn't send it. But I was like, why didn't you just like buy new underwear and just go like, here you go, bro. Like, let me send you my underwear. I would have done that shit. Would you done that? Would you have done that?
Dude, if that were me, I would troll the fuck out of people. I would like,
Send the wrong thing?
huh?
Send them boxers.
No, send them boxers, but with like a
boxers.
skid
I was
mark.
sending
Like
them
I'll
a
like
picture
rub
before, like-
dirt in there and shit, you know?
Just send them the
Or like
picture in the
granny
box,
panties.
like,
Yeah. I'll send them a picture like this, like me holding my dress, like.
You know, I'll get boxers and I'll spray fucking fart spray on that bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking, and put in the box and send that.
The guy holding the package be like,
Like, no, he's like, oh my gosh, it's her. You're
He smell like shit, but okay.
like, all right. I know
Dude,
what
have
that
you
booty
guys-
smell like.
have you guys seen? I saw this on Instagram and TikTok. These guys were making a fuck ton of money, like not trolling, but they were like baiting like older gentlemen, like older people, older guys.
I did see
So-
that. It was
so
like a
the-
group of guys, no?
It was a group of guys. So the way they were making their money is they'll make accounts to make themselves look like young girls, and so they would like get DMs or they would DM like older guys, like rich older guys, and they'll be like they would like talk to them like if they're girls, like if they're young girls, like. and it'll say like, oh,
Like 12-year-olds and stuff, right?
no, not even 12-year-olds. It'll be like 18-year-old girls or like 19. So what they will do is they will have fake accounts. They'll be themselves. They'll be the girls, and they'll get what is that word? Sugar daddies. They'll get sugar daddies. So they'll be like, can you send me $500 today? And then the guys, like, you'll see the DMs. The guys will be like, I feel like you're just using me now. He's like, okay, well, I'm never gonna talk to you if you don't send me $500. And they'll send them $500, and they'll be like, okay, this is the last time. And that's how they'll make their fucking money. It was like a whole scheme. Like it was like a
group of guys,
group of five, like 5 or 6 dudes with like probably I'll probably say like 4 or 5 like sugar daddies under like different accounts. And I was like, what the fuck? And they were like buying themselves like cars and shit like that, clothes. They were like flexing their money. I was like, dude, that's crazy. They're taking advantage of these like weird, like older guys.
Dang. I wish I could have like,
A sugar daddy.
like that personality to be just like, okay, yeah, I'll be okay with a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? I used to work with patients and stuff, and like old people are cool. They're cool, you know. So like, why can't I just meet someone who's old and is like, I just have so much money. I just want someone to talk to me. Here's money. But no, they want like other stuff.
You want a sugar daddy
Sugar friend. I want a sugar friend.
A sugar
A
friend.
sugar friend.
You want a
sugar
sugar daddy?
companion.
Sugar.
Sugar
I just
companion.
want sugar.
Yeah, me too. Look, that sounds nice.
It sounds nice, right? Like
We
someone
start
who.
getting DMs like, yo, what's up?
Hey, let me know. I could talk for free. I mean, not for free. I could talk for some money. Let me know.
What's some recent cheese man you have for us?
Oh, brother, let me think.
Something
Is it
new,
anything guy related?
girl related, content creator related,
Fake
political
shit,
related,
fake friends.
family related?
Fan related.
I feel like with my life, it's very. I try to keep it peaceful. Besides, like, you know, with my mom and my siblings, like we'd be like, oh, but like no, we have a really good relationship. Everything's pretty calm at home. The only cheese man that I have is like shit that's like online, you know. I did recently get really upset and make a video about that influencer Zoe Laverne. Did you guys hear about that?
No, who the fuck is that? Zoe.
Some little white bitch.
Okay, let her know, bro. Let her know. What happened?
What happened?
She when she was 19, she was dating like a 12, 13-year-old boy.
What?
Like before he hit puberty, you see pictures of his face or like videos of him talking before puberty. And she made him do a lot of stuff. And now he's 18 and he's speaking out and he's like, this wasn't okay. You know, she did a lot of stuff. Yeah, her. Wait, let me see. Sorry, I'm blind. I can't see that. Sorry.
It's all right, bro. I'll zoom
Yeah,
in.
her.
I'll zoom in for you.
But it just made me sad that like I'm happy. You know, someone said, "Wow, it's so crazy how." I was talking to someone yesterday. How it's so crazy how more women are being abusers now. You know, I'm like, no, it's not. Now it's like it's finally being talked about, which is something that needs to be talked about. You know, and so I'm glad that it's out there in the open.
Did you see that one TikTok who got shot in Mexico?
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Crazy.
I saw the
theory
video
is
on Twitter.
That
It's
her
so
friends were
sad.
the one that set her up.
That her friend set her
Yeah.
up. Friend set
'Cause
her
I
up.
guess she was out and about one day, and she said that they came in asking for her, and that they told her she wasn't there. So they came back again, and her friend was like insisting, like, stay there, stay there.
It's in the
Package
video.
get
It's
there.
all in the video.
Yeah, they're gonna be there. Boom, boom, and then they just come in, ask for her name. I don't know. I think they gave her a package, and then when it went out, they did the drive by. Boom, boom, boom.
No, they didn't give her a package. It was like,
No, they just went
They
in.
just asked for her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just asked
there
for
was
her
no
name and
package.
boom.
The only package was this. That's it.
I thought she got that little bunny thing.
Huh?
I thought she had the.
So look at this is what happens. So she's a beauty influencer, and she was at a beauty salon.
I think it was hers.
It was hers.
Yeah, it was hers, and she was with her friend, and her friend was constantly telling say a fan wants to give you a really expensive gift.
Yeah.
A really expensive gift. She stayed for a little bit, and she was already like, oh no, like she was saying stuff like, oh me quiere matar. She was
She had that
worried.
gut instinct.
She was already worried. So she was like, oh, ya me quiero ir. Like she was saying, I want to leave. So her friend would buy her food. She was sending her Starbucks, and she gave her a like that plushie toy just like for her to be comfortable. So she made her feel comfortable where she was at. So she was like manipulating her, like saying like, oh, like stay for a little bit, like, oh, let me buy you food, like stay for a little bit, let me give you this, like just get a little comfortable. And then and the time came where the guy like showed up and he was like, oh, like he was like, yeah, are you your name? Like, and she said, yeah, that's me. So she muted herself and she got shot in the stomach and then more in like her head. And she
One in
died
It
her-
was
right
once
there.
in the stomach.
Once in
and
the stomach and 2 in the head.
Yeah. And did you see the video? I saw the video.
Yeah.
It was
Great.
sad, dude.
It was really
super
sad.
And so people were saying that she was dating someone who was a part of
Mafioso,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
I think it was part of the cartel or maybe a gang. One of those.
Yeah.
And he was very jealous that she was receiving a lot of expensive gifts from her fans. So it was very like in a way it was like I don't want to say poetic, but it was very like weird how he used that method of like, oh, like, I'm gonna give you a gift to end her life because that's how he was. That was the jealousy over that, and that they were like her ex partner and her friend were up to it. You know, they were trying to assassinate her.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
That is so sad.
it is sad. She was like 22, I think.
She was young.
She was 23, I think.
23,
Yeah,
23,
yeah,
22?
23.
Yeah, man. That's,
I saw. I don't know if you guys ever seen Ray Johnson, his crime videos on TikTok.
Oh, I love his
His
videos.
videos are dope. He did one recently about this content creators on YouTube. They're a family channel, right? And they wanted to adopt a kid, so they adopt a kid from China, right? And I heard they said it's very, very hard to adopt someone from another nation,
Foreigner.
right? It's really hard. So they finally got an Asian kid, right?
They got a hold.
Yeah, but they said the only way you can adopt a kid from Asia or an Asian kid is that he has to have a disability. That's the only way you can adopt.
What?
That's the only way they'll let you get a kid, you know? So they got a kid that had what is it called?
Was it an autism or something?
Autism, yeah, he had autism, and they were explaining to the family like, this is what he's gonna do, this is how he lives, this. Can you handle it? If not, then we don't have to go through it there, right? So they said, yeah, they can handle it. So they adopted him, they named him, they stayed with him for a couple years, right? And they would put him on the YouTube channel. They put him into their vlogs. They were already a big YouTube channel, like a family channel before he came, and they're putting him in the vlogs. And then
Well, their content, like, it was steady. Like, it wasn't that big until they started saying, oh, we're going to adopt someone from Asia. And then they blew up because of that. Yeah.
And then
Well, I saw a documentary on YouTube about it.
yeah,
I haven't seen it. No, I don't know what.
So then what's it called? Then they started talking when he finally came home. They started talking about the struggles they had with him, saying that's too much. You know, they didn't expect it to be like this, but they literally explained to you this is how it's gonna be. You know, so then little by little, like he stopped appearing in the vlogs. He stopped like slowly being in it. They completely like I'm not in the videos anymore. Turns out that what they did, they returned him back. They give him up for adoption. Another family got him, and I guess the family, the doctor. Said that he had level 3 autism. So they ended up returning him, and then they what's it called, announced that they returned him. They got so much backlash. They were on the news. People were sending police to do awareness check on their kids, their actual kids, to see if they were okay. And then they completely like deleted their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They did their YouTube channel, deleted everything. They did their last post apologizing, and they never posted. That was like 2018.
What?
But the husband just came out with his own YouTube channel recently.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but just doing like was it car stuff or something?
Yeah.
Or like acting like nothing happened.
Wow.
But no, and it goes so much deeper than that too. Like the documentary that I watched, they were talking about adopting a second kid with a disability from Asia. And then they found her Facebook, like they found her post in like a Facebook group that was like, hey, it was like something super concerning. Like, hey, do you guys think that like I should get a kid with like more of a disability, like a stronger disability? Don't quote me on this. It was something along these lines, but like, I don't think she necessarily said for content, but it's like, oh, how would I go about this? It was something super incriminating. Like, dude, you're literally just adopting kids for views.
Yeah.
But then in the content, like you would see the dad like, oh, here you go to all their other kids. And then to him be like, here, buddy. Like, you know?
Now you like neglect him.
Yeah.
Neglect him a lot.
Treat him
Wow.
differently. Yeah.
It was crazy. It was so sad, dude.
It was
That's
really
sad,
sad,
dude.
And they had the kid for like a year or two.
Yeah, but the good thing is that the kid is now with a good, loving family that actually does take care of him.
Wow.
That's the good thing about it. That's
Imagine,
the good thing
being
at the end
that
of the
kid.
day.
Like you just remember, like me. Once upon a time, I was in America.
I was adopted by a white
Well,
family.
actually, the
Well, he's still-
kid was adopted here. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's still here. in
Okay.
America.
Yeah, he's still here.
He was like, I was with that one family, and that.
I told Leslie that if it comes to like having kids later on, like, I would want to like adopt a kid. I
Really?
told her I was like, I want to adopt a kid.
Well, would you adopt someone that's like in your race or a different race?
Whatever. I just want to show some love.
Yeah.
Amy,
That's all that
would
matters.
would you consider yourself to be a good mother one day? Would you think you'd be a good mom? What
Yeah.
kind of mom would you be? A chill mom, strict mom, funny mom, abusive mom?
Abusive for sure.
So-
no.
Wait.
no,
So
no.
what are your thoughts on spanking your kid?
I don't think it's necessary.
Not even at a certain point.
Abusive ass.
Abusive ass.
Wait, no, I'm not saying not even at a certain point. What if this motherfucker's getting? What if I catch my son smoking? I have the right to hit him in the back of the head, being stupid. I'm
like
idiot.
you know, like a joking, like or like a hey, don't
Like,
do
what are
that.
you
But
doing,
like for
bro?
like to actually like inflict fear into them. I've been changing diapers since I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids in my family, that I helped raise and stuff.
So you already feel like a mother figure.
Yeah, and
way.
Do you feel like you don't need to have kids then? Because you already gone.
I would be okay if I never had kids,
Yeah.
but I do want kids.
Okay.
I did in the past. I did date someone who had a child, and I was really close to the child. And anytime I had any issue with his son, I would get down to his level. Like, cause one of my old coworkers who, no,
Let me get
what
down.
a coworker of mine told me when you have kids and you need to talk about like serious subjects or address certain things, always go eye level to them so they understand you, because if you're over them yelling at them, they're gonna see it like in a very intimidating way, and they're not gonna process or register any of that information. So with the child that I was basically his stepmom, I would go down to his eye level and be like, what's going on, and talk to him. And he rarely cried and stuff, like when he was with me. Like, he would cry if he got hurt or something,
Obviously,
But
yeah.
there was never a time where, and even with like other people's kids, like, oh, they're bad kids and whatever. But it's just like,
shut the fuck up, Angel. Shut the fuck up, please.
What? Like, it's
the
obvious. Like,
fuck
you
up,
cry when you
bro.
get hurt.
Oh, bro, you stupid. Obviously.
Obviously, like, you get hurt. Like, if I got hurt, I'll cry. Shit.
Like,
you
just
know?
keep your mouth shut. You didn't need that.
My
Bro,
fault,
they
my
had to
fault.
put his input in there, bro.
He didn't have to put input in that one.
it's like a rap song. Like, when they're rapping in the background, there's like 21.
It's an ad lib, bro. Just ad lib, bro.
Yeah.
Bro wants to be the vid so bad.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, But anyways,
Go for it.
continue.
Yeah, but so I just feel like I have, spanked my nephews in the past when I was younger. Like, my sister would be like, Amy, spank your nephew. And I'm like, when they were younger and stuff. And that never got a response. I only did it a couple of times, but like, I felt bad one day and I was like, dude, I shouldn't do that. And I've always gotten more of a response with kids, communicating with them, not like, oh, hey, little baby, actually speaking to them like with mutual
Yeah.
respect, not like there's a power dynamic.
I just ask him,
Same.
like, what's wrong? Like, what's, like,
Yeah.
I ask
I've been getting that with my nephews as well.
Yeah?
We used to
Yeah.
beat up our nephews.
I never beat him.
Oh.
We did.
You did.
Oh.
Yeah, we used to
No.
hold them down, like have his arms up like this, and Efren would sock him in the ribs.
I never did that.
Yeah.
I never did that. I
And
never.
then one time we they went to outside to get ice cream from the ice cream truck,
No.
and
we
one of
didn't
them
do that.
stayed in, and we
Okay,
bullied
we
him.
did. We did.
Yeah,
bully
we
him.
bullied
That's
him.
because
We
he's a
straight
shit talker.
That's like Uncle Love.
Yeah,
that's
he was a
what-
shit talker. He was a little shit talker,
Yeah.
bro. We took off his shirt and we pushed him outside.
Yeah.
He was a little shit talker, bro. He talked a lot of shit. Israel talked a lot of stuff, bro. But no, I like not like the one that not problematic, but the one that had like a lot of like how do I say, a lot of attitude problems was my nephew Lexus, and I learned that I just always felt so bad because the way he was living at that moment was that it was constantly like everyone was yelling at him, everyone, because he was that bad.
Yeah.
Like I won't say that he deserved it, but it came to him because he was that bad. His mom was yelling at him. His dad was yelling at him. His stepdad was yelling at him. At one point, my mom was really trying not to yell at him, but it would come to that point. And he was living out with us at that point. So like
Even at school too.
yeah, so even at school, like his teachers and stuff like that. And I would like see that. And then my mom told me, she told me, she's like, don't yell at him because everyone's already doing it. Because I want you to be different. Like I want you to be a different like uncle. Like, and I realized it because I was like, man, my Theo, like your dad never yelled at me. My Theo, he never yelled at me. He never told me anything. He never told me like that. I was like, and I'm like, I want to be that for my nephews. Like I don't want nobody. I don't want to be that uncle for them. I don't want to be yelling at them anymore.
Yeah.
Because I would yell at them because I'd be like, stop, don't do that. And then like I'm like, and then like growing up, I'm like, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to yell at them no more. Like Lexus is bad, but I know I can talk to him differently.
Yeah.
So like I learned like he's a really good artist. He loves to draw. So what I would do, I would like sit down and draw with him a lot. And I would sit down and draw with Lexus, and I realized
he has a big imagination.
he has a big imagination.
I drew a Bigfoot with werewolves. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like that.
And he's a kid, and my mom has concerns like, oh, he's drawing because he draws like Michael Myers, like Ghostface, and all that, like knives and like in XXX, and I'm like, he's a kid. Like I was watching Cholo Adventures like when I was like young too, like his age. I was like, look at me, I'm fine. Like I'm like, he just has the imagination. I'm like, just let him draw it out.
That's like
I'd rather him express it in this way than him fucking like saying it out loud or becoming that.
Yeah.
And besides, like that's like
a form of therapy.
Yeah. I talk to him like when I'm like drawing. I talk to him like that's the certain points where I'm like telling him like, hey, like don't do this. Like I want like no. I realize like no one in his life is telling him what not to do in a right way. He's like 7, 6 right now. And I told him like
Little.
he's a little boy, and I told him he's in elementary, and I told him like, hey, I just want you to know like there's some points where like I would have to pick him up because his stepdad and his mom are fighting, and me and my mom had to pick him up, and my mom has trouble communicating with him because my mom's a Spanish speaker and he only knows English, so my mom has trouble. So when I talk to him, I'm like Lexus, I just want you to know like you have a decision to make the right decision. You have a choice to make the right decision. I was like, no matter what, no matter the circumstances you live in, no matter like what environment you're surrounded by, you still have the choice to make the right choice. I was like, just because you're hanging, like, I don't want you hanging out with bad people. You have the decision to hang out with good people. I was like, you have the decision to say yes. Yeah, you have a decision to say no to drugs and yes to good things. I was like,
You said that to a 7-year-old?
I said to him in a way where he could understand it,
Okay.
and he understood it.
But about drugs?
Yeah, because like he's surrounded by it.
that's why.
He's surrounded by it.
Oh, so he knows.
He knows what smoking marijuana is.
And he knows the smell of it and everything.
He's surrounded by it.
There was a point where because me and my fiance would always go over to their house.
Yeah, you've seen him.
A point where I would just talk to him like, "Hey, Israel, how you doing?" Like, blah blah. And I'll give him my phone to play, because he was doing this little. He was running, what people don't want them to do in the house, and it's to a point where, and I would say bye. I would say, "Oh, bye, Israel," and I would say bye, Lexus, and he would just say bye. But I grew up like, give me a hug, like, come give me love, and he would just be like, no, like,
Yeah.
he wouldn't hug people. He didn't have that love, and I was like, no, like, hug me. He was like, okay. And he started hugging. And every time I see him, I was hugging him, like, what's up?
Yeah, at one point he cried because he never got a hug like that. Yeah, and like that's when I learned I'm like, my nephews need more love because they're struggling at their own homes.
Yeah.
So I don't want them to come to my house or their grandma's house and not feel that way. And like, because I'm like, are they not feeling it anywhere else? So let me be that person for them.
Yeah, definitely. Because, when I was younger, my mom had beef with like some people in the family, but typical Mexican shit, But those people would treat me like shit growing up, or like.
And you remember that stuff.
I remember feeling like that, and it turned me into like a people pleaser, And so, but like, and there's a lot of people that they would see me, they wouldn't think about what I was going through at home, like what was going on in my life, but they would see me act out or even just be loud and want attention, and they would just see me as annoying. And so like, even the people that did have love for me, but they just saw me as annoying, like I could feel that, like kids feel that. And then, but you know what I remember the most? the adults that actually took the time with me and like showed me kindness. And that's what I want to do for any kid, you know, any kid in my family, my best friend's kids, you know, like I want to be that safe space where they don't feel stupid for saying something, or like don't feel like they can't speak up, or like show an adult something. Like not all adults are like this, and you don't even understand, like some people don't even understand that what you say to a kid matters too, because like I had a friend who had a daughter, and the daughter was not, she was kind of annoying, like she was kind of annoying, but I loved her so much. And like my other friends and family, oh my gosh, don't bring the daughter around. And I was like, dude, she's a sweetheart. Like if you get past her crying, because they would give her everything, so she would cry, I want this. You know what I would do? Because the guy that told me the advice about being eye level, his name was George. Anyway, so
Nice.
I like
yeah,
that.
Georges.
yeah,
They're all wise.
yeah. So he also told me, you know, when you have a kid, don't put them in timeout and give them a time limit. That's even more frustrating for them. Tell them you can have a spot where you could put the kid when they're throwing a tantrum, or tell them to go into a different room and say, hey, you know, you're allowed to feel what you feel, like let it out. When you're done crying, then come talk to me. Or like when you're over it, then you can come out. Like give them the option of when they can control their emotions. And so I just started doing that with her, because it was my roommate's daughter. And I would pick her up. It's funny because she would be like, I want this. I'm like, I would just get down to her face. I'm like, I'm not your mom or your dad. I'm not going to give it to you. And she'd be like, well, I'm going to cry then. I was like, crying's not going to do anything. And I said, you can go to the room. And she'd be like, no. So I would pick her up. I'd put her in the room and I would tell her, Viola, when you're ready to come out, you can come out and talk to me and we could talk about it. But I'm not going to listen to you if you're screaming at me or crying like this. And then she would come out like 2 minutes later, not crying. And then she'd be like, you want to play with something else? Like nothing, you know? But
It's just emotions. Yeah, she's letting emotions get to her kids.
Yeah. So it's and like that little bit of time that I spent with her, I didn't realize how much of an impact it had on her, because she's like 8 or 9 now. And they came to visit because now they live in Minnesota. Which I'm gonna go see them in a couple weeks. But anyway, they came like a couple months ago, and you know, my friend's wife, like I'm friends with her too, or ex-wife, but like I'm friends with both of them. They're cool. All right, there's no drama there.
I hope they're cool. I hope.
Yeah, they're white people. Like, they do things like in a weird way. They hang out and shit. So they hang out.
It's true. It's like that, bro.
It's like that. They're very cordial. So anyway, I went to go visit them, like, you know, where they were staying and stuff. And the daughter was just like talking to me. She's not a llorona no more. She's not as spoiled. Like she grew up, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like you remember? She was telling me, remember when this and that? I'm like, you remember that? Like you were little, you know? And then when I left, I was like, okay, guys, well, it was nice seeing you guys. I'll be over there in a few months. You know, I'll see you guys again soon. My friend, she sent me a message that her daughter sent from her tablet, and it was her crying, going, I miss Amy already. And it's like, I was like, I didn't realize I had that much of an impact in her life, you know? But it's really important to show that, like, you can have respect. Like, you deserve respect from people who are older than you. Like, fuck all that. Oh, just because I'm older, I deserve respect. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mom told me, she's like, oh, like, you don't know this, but I know, like, she's like, you have to like really be like good with the kids, because like they'll know, they'll remember. Like, you think they're kids, but they'll remember. Like she was like, I remember every person that would like neglect me, every person that ever like
type of way, they like, keep it in memory.
Yeah, my mom was like, I remember every one of those like adults that ever like made me feel like bad. He was like, and I also remember the good ones that made me feel good. He's like, but like the ones that made me feel bad, like I despise them, like I don't like them, because like you don't want a kid to be like that, like it's with you.
Even
and I still learn like the way like you're talking, I'm still learning how to actually react to a kid, you know, because I'm not a kid person. I would never hold like a baby. I fucking hate holding other people's babies.
You're like, I fucking hate babies.
Me, like, me, I'm different. Like my homies, because I got a bunch of homies, and then my fiance has a bunch of friends that they all have kids. And I told my girl, I was like, we don't have kids right now. We've been the longest together, but we don't have kids. That's why I just want to be like that cool like uncle or a cool like friend, you know?
Yeah.
That's my point. I was like, I don't have kids, but I'm gonna give these kids what I got right now. Like,
I'm trying to like be really cool with kids, like, I hate like. I don't like holding another like person's baby. Like I don't like
It's scary.
I get scared. I don't want to. Like, I just don't feel like comfortable.
And then when they
with
start
somebody else.
crying, you take it personal.
Yeah, I'm
They
like,
cry when I
what
hold
the
them.
fuck?
Why you crying?
Like my
Like,
fiance, like she tells me all the time, like, why are you so good with babies? Like, cause when she'll hold a baby or a kid and they'll start crying, and like me, like I play with them, I do little things, like I do things. She's like, bro, why are you so good? Like, why? I was like, they just feel comfortable.
I'm just him, you know. I'm just him.
Yeah, I'm just-
They just
I'm
feel
that guy.
comfortable.
And it's always cool to like to be cool with the kids while they're kids, because when they become teenagers or adults, they're not gonna be as cool anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for real,
they're gonna be like cool kids now. They want
Yeah.
to talk to you. Like your brother Joshua, when he was younger, his little brother was so cool to hang out with. He
Oh yeah,
was
Joshua
talking
was
to
so
him.
nice.
So now he's older. How old is he? Like
15.
He's 15 now. He's just like, what's up? And he's on his
That's
phone.
exactly how he looks.
He's on his phone. He's like, nah, bro, I don't listen.
No,
to
Joshua's still kind of.
I
cool.
don't listen to J.O.P.
I fuck with
I'll be like,
Joshua.
"Ah,"
I love Joshua. Joshua's actually
He's
really cool.
He's different. My
He's a
brother-
teen now.
He grew up.
Yeah.
He's a teenager. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. Like,
Oh, but he's really fucking like if you really sit down and talk to him for a little bit, he's funny as fuck. When we went to go eat In and Out with him and then Chepe with his two brothers, bro, that shit was so fucking funny, dude. Joshua was laughing at everything. That's what I loved about it.
Yeah.
He thought I was the funniest dude in the room. That's what I loved about him.
I love when, like, right now my nephew, one of my nephews in Mexico, he just turned like 15 or something. And you know, I used to hang out with him when he was little too, and he would make me freaking laugh so much. He makes me laugh more now. Well, actually, he has calmed down, but like 13, 14, he was making me laugh, and the stuff he was saying, like I'd be like, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I get girls, this and that." I'm like, "Bro, like your balls haven't even dropped yet. Like, what are you talking about?" And he goes, and he
He's
he
like,
would
"You
go,
don't even
he
know."
goes, "Ya sé que tengo voz de pito, pero así consigo las viejas." And I'm like, "Oh shit."
The ones they have in your videos?
Yeah, Bebito. Yeah, he's fucking funny, dude. Like,
hilarious.
he's hilarious, but his voice did drop now.
His
There's like
confidence in the
his
video is
comments.
crazy.
well, I think that's the end of the podcast. That's been how long is it? For read it on there.
It's an hour and 14 minutes.
Yes, thank you, Amy. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you here, Amy. Always. You
Yes,
always
it
bring
is.
good vibes. You're always confident. Every time I see you, you always have something in your life that's like a movie.
Be careful out there because there's this guy out there. He's very dangerous.
Oh shit,
Have
dude!
you heard of him?
I don't want to mess with him.
Oh, that's
Oh
me.
my gosh.
But any last words? Anything you want to say to our audience before you head out?
Anything coming up that you want to promote or something you want to say to the audience, like a quote or advice?
Yes. This has been something that I have been living by for the past year, ever since I saw it. Sometimes people are here not to grow, but to show you what it's like when you don't grow as a person. So make sure you're always growing and working on yourself.
So what you're saying is like
beautiful.
you look at other people.
No.
And
Bro, just leave it at that.
I can't look.
She has to
no, but
guess.
what you're saying is like
No, yeah.
you look at other people as an example of what not to do.
Yeah, well, like
I got to, that's
yeah.
like like what
yeah,
you're saying.
basically, or
the way,
like
the way you guys heard it, just take it the way you hear it.
yeah, it's up for interpretation at this point.
All right. Well, let's clap it up. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it.